The biggest question right now is, should you be buying? Should you buy Bitcoin right now? And by right now, I mean anywhere between like 60,000 to 70 something thousand. Like, is this where you should be buying? Okay? Because yes, it has actually in fact from all-time high dropped about 50%. So it's technically at a 50% discount. It's already dropped a lot, right? It's dropped a lot more than here. This was 30%, this was 30%. But this is, a 50% drop, right? Um, Here's the quick and easy answer, and then I'll tell you what I'm actually looking at, right? And what I think we should do. Not financial advice. I'm just sharing my opinions. Is quick and easy answer is that if you're a long-term bull in Bitcoin and you don't want to sit there and look at the chart, you don't want to do any of that stuff. You don't want the risk of missing out. You have fear of missing out or whatnot, and you're able to stomach the possibility of a 30 to 45% drop more. Um, I wouldn't say that much, like a 30 to 40% drop. If you're able to stomach that, by all means, you can buy right here. If it does go lower, you a high probability that it will. You're fine, right? Because you know it's gonna go higher. You really believe in Bitcoin. But if you want to maximize your profit, right? You want to not necessarily time the, like for the top, not necessarily time the exact top, but basically sell here, but in reverse. If you want to not exactly time the exact bottom, but be in that range, right? Like, be here. Whether you buy here, 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 all of this is bottom, all right? If you want something like this, um, check this out, okay? So what I have here, these lines are just moving averages, right? That Bitcoin kind of respects. These are the ones that Bitcoin actually does respect, right? As you can see, last cycle, we bounced off the green, which is the 50, and then once we dunked under it, that's when bear market now, right? And then we bounced off the red. I'll just call them green, red, and white, okay, instead of the numbers. But here you can actually see the numbers here. Whatever. Um, this is my custom indicator. Actually, this you can't really find this. I haven't published it, but it's basically just a bunch of moving averages. So yeah, it bounced and then came to the white, and then it lost it, and then it came down, right? And then this is kind of where it bottomed, and I think there's a moving average there too. We can get that. Same here. Look, it kept bouncing off the green. Right when we lost that support, we came down, bounced off the red, rejected the green, lost the red, and now we came down to the white. And guess what? We actually lost the white. This week, we're trying to get above there, but it looks like it's rejecting. And if this week closes under here, which I expect, that's a really bad sign because you have a huge long wick and then it comes down even lower. Let me see if last cycle was like that. Last cycle was kind of like that. See the huge long wick? But they did all this on top of the white, not under. We're already under, you know? We've already crashed down so much more than last cycle. Last cycle took a lot longer to get there, right? Here, how long did it take actually? It took until we got to that green candle. It was about 29 weeks, right? This is about 21 weeks, so it's earlier. Okay. But here's the thing. So where did we actually bottom? What moving average did we bottom in? Right? That's what I want to show you right now. For one, the last cycle before that in 2017, we kind of bottomed right under the white, right? Like right under it. This one way under it. So okay, what moving average was it though? For one. For two, we can see that each time, or from here to here, we bottomed even lower than that moving average, right? And already off the bat, we're already lower here than we were here. So I would expect that whatever moving average lands us here, that over here on this cycle, we would be even lower by a little bit. Okay? I hope that made sense. I didn't structure that right, but so let me add another moving average and see what we can get. Let me add this one. Okay, and let's see. That's not fully right. So let's try 400. 400 week. No, maybe 550. Dang. 500? No way. I did for 420. How convenient. So about 420 is where we bottomed here, right? So if we expect that we would bottom slightly under, right? where are we at right now? As of right now, we're at 46K. Okay, my buy target is 45K. Okay, but here's the thing. Let's kind of just pretend like I can't see anything, so I can just draw out how I kind of want to like basically draw out how it would continue to look, right? It's hard to do that because it you know probably something like this. I don't know. By the time it comes down, right? So by the time we, you know, by the time we get to like October-ish, right? It just could be kind of the bottom, right? Is that it just maybe dumps goes to 50K, really finds like a good support, but just kind of dumps under it, right? To like 45K, and I'm only saying that because I want 45K to happen. That's my target. But also, like I said, is because this moving average was respected. Not really. It was actually dumped right under it a little bit. But then the next time it dumped way under it. So here, I would expect that it does dump way under it and then actually goes under this one as well. Or it taps this one, right? That moving average, because that's the moving average that it respected right here. So I would expect the same thing here. So with that being said, for me personally, my buy target is not here. I don't think it's a good time to buy. I think that this is a less risky time to buy than up here, right? And also less risky in terms of someone wanting to buy here, because this is kind of fair value in my opinion. The fair value right now of Bitcoin is around right here. Um, or I guess between here and here. Between here and here is kind of fair value. So this is kind of still a discount. It is still really good, especially if you're thinking long term. You think it's gonna hit 500K, a million. Obviously, 68K is nothing. But the idea is, we're still trying to look at right now, like the world that we live in right now, the price action that we're seeing right now. And for that, right, this is still a good price. But to maximize, definitely right here, definitely right here. And you don't even have to, guess or anything, because guess what? If it doesn't come down here and it actually pumps from here, then guess what? You see that it just goes above this resistance, right? This downtrend that we have, right? You see that, and then it comes to support, you just buy there. Like, who cares? Or even if it does something like this, which it's not gonna happen. Let's be honest, right? Even if it does something like this, you can still buy, like, and that's still a good area to buy, right? And then if that doesn't happen, right? Basically, if it happens, it does bounce from here. You just buy slightly higher, but you're still good. That's still really good, especially if you believe it's gonna go back to all-time highs and higher. But if that doesn't happen, right, then you're good. You can just buy right here. It's so much less. It's a lot less risky to buy at the bottoms than it is at the middles or at the tops. This is the top of last cycle. This is kind of like the middle from here to here, right? And then this is the bottom. Um, Not financial advice. Just you do what you do with that information, and comment, like, subscribe. See you on the next one.